Alright, we're going to do a little time traveling. Bring you into Courthouse Square, better known as Hill Valley, from the Back to the Future films, starring Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd. The famous courthouse clock tower facade on your left, on the other side of the park. Facade is a French word meaning false front. So the false front of City Hall placed over the courthouse clock tower facade. That had to be done because after Back to the Future opened in theaters, that facade was very famous. But other productions wanted to film in Courthouse Square, and they did not necessarily want the courthouse clock tower facade in their scenes. So we put the City Hall facade over it. On your screens, more of our past movie productions that filmed here in Courthouse Square. This has been the 30th anniversary of when the movie Back to the Future was in theaters. Remember in Back to the Future 2, they went into the future, October 21st, 2015. That scene on your screens, filmed on your left here in Courthouse Square. 2015, we made it. And we're going to leave Hill Valley behind us now, get you to an entirely different part of our country, New York. Well, we're going to turn onto New York Street. We call it New York Street because it's appeared as a street in the great city of New York for many productions. Taylor Swift filmed some of her recent music video for the song Wildest Dreams here on New York Street. Saw it? Now, speaking of New York, the host of our tour, Jimmy Fallon, originates the Tonight Show, starring Jimmy Fallon from New York City. We're going to bring Jimmy in live via satellite. He'll tell us a little more about what it's like to work in New York.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York. I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. Once got mugged over there by an old woman, tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York. Hey, I'm walking here. It's cool, guys. I was just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
Well, thank you, Jimmy. You know, the great director. You will see some outstanding picture cards from the Fast and the Furious film franchise. And for those who have seen Jurassic World, starring Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard, you might recognize the gyrosphere and one of the Jeeps, the Jeep Wrangler Sahara from the film. Well, we're not in a gyrosphere, but our tram is going to do a great job right now to get us to a small one. Just a really nice afternoon here in the Jungle Islands of Costa Rica. What was all that noise? Surprise. Okay, I think it's time we rounded up the dinos. You know, in the Jurassic Park films, weather has always played a very important role in creating the right mood, like with the rain and the fog. All right, check out this scene from the Lost World Jurassic Park, featuring some rain, the Mobile Lab, and Academy Award winner Julianne Moore. Speaking of weather, as we pull into Old Mexico, how about we get the most current up-to-date weather report for the backlot from America's favorite weatherman, who we know and love from the Today Show, Mr. Al Roker.
Hi everybody, here's today's forecast for the Universal Backlot. It's going to be sunny and dry in 6 Points, Texas. Cool and cloudy in Mid-Europe. Expect snow and sleet on New York Street, and we've got a high chance of fog and precipitation for snow. Amity Island, Isla Nublar. That's your forecast for today. Here's a look at what's going on in your neck of the woods.
Oh, we got a lot of precipitation in Old Mexico. Flash flood warning on the screens. Oh, lightning just knocked out the screens. Well, that's not good. Well, since we don't have screens, let's watch the rain come down. Heavy and steady, but I think the rain is manageable. We should be fine. Well, maybe not. I just heard a low rumbling sound. That would indicate a flash flood, headed straight for the tram. Al's forecast is right on target. Here it comes, folks. Left-hand side. Flash flood. Look out. Now you may recognize this area. We also used it in our hit movie Big Fat Liar, starring Paul Giamatti, Frankie Muniz, and Amanda Bynes.
You can't outrun the wolf, kid! Yeah, we'll see about that. Hang on, funny
This town ain't big enough for the both of us.
Boreanaz. On your screens, footage from a past episode of Bones that filmed inside Soundstage 50 on the left side.
Look, this sweet.
Very upset.
When I talked to him, the guy cut in his arms.
On the right, that makes a nice photo. And we have a diver in the water, Officer George, making sure there are no more sharks. Uh-oh. Right side, see the big fin? We missed a shark. Did you catch that? They just told the diver to get out of the water. There he is, there he is. Officer George, get out of the water. Shark going under, headed right to you. Look out, look out. Too late. Poor Officer George. He's gonna be sleeping with the fishes. All right, we better pull up against the gas tank. This will give us more protection. Why is it smoking under the dock? What is up with that? Uh-oh, the other dock is moving. Look, the gas hose is loose. If there are sparks, there could be a fire. Oh boy. Oh boy, that fire is hot. Hey, look, the fire is spreading. And it looks like we're gonna need a bigger tram. As we make the turn, look to the right, watch the shark. That is the only shark I know of that swims backwards. So our shark loves to swim backwards, but the one that Steven Spielberg dealt with caused him a lot more trouble. Here's Mr. Spielberg to tell us some more.
That's a much maligned shark. The shark was frustrating. It didn't really work all the time. It didn't work hardly at all.
Wherever you were on the island, you could hear the radio. They were always saying, "The shark is not working." Repeat, "The shark is not working."
We just waited. The shark worked well enough for a while there.
As we turn, look to the left at the sets around the lake. This area also known as Cabot Cove, Maine, from Angela Lansbury's hit show, Murder, She Wrote.
It's a good name.
Okay, the second home coming up on your left. The beige home with the porch, that's where Gabrielle, played by Eva Longoria, resided on Desperate Housewives.
Oh, what the heck? Let's move that.
Susan, played by Terry Hatcher, lived in the gold home on the left. But look on the screen. When Desperate Housewives filmed here, the house was yellow. Living next door to Susan, Lynette, played by Emmy winner Felicity Huffman. Well, we know where Gabrielle, Susan, and Lynette lived while Desperate Housewives filmed on Colonial Street. But if you know the show, you know there was the fourth Desperate Housewife, Bree, played by Marcia. Studio security.
What's going on, studio tour?
Well, we're just coming out of Colonial Street, Wisteria Lane. We got a 19... These are some of the great Academy Award nominated outdoor sets that have been used in Ron Howard's film, Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. They have started early with the holiday decorations. Looks very beautiful. And as we turn the corner from the Villa Foods, why oh why with this neighbor they choose? I'm talking about Norman Bates, owner of the Bates Motel in Alfred Hitchcock's classic thriller, Psycho. Norman Bates lives in the house above the motel with his mother, a very sweet woman. We're going to take you past the house, coming up at the top of the hill on the left side. As we get closer to the house, you're going to see it's very messy in the backyard. Just look up ahead on the left side. Norman should clean that up. All right, here it is, folks, left-hand side, the famous Psycho house and the famous Psycho music. Well, once we get behind the house, you see what the mess is. The airplane crash site set from Steven Spielberg's movie, War of the Worlds.
Airplane crash site set is perfect example of a set that is all designed around the vision of Steven. You sit down and talk about War of the Worlds. I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. On your left, that is a real airplane, but it was an old airplane, not going to be flying anymore. So the airplane was broken into pieces to make you think it had crashed, but it was all pretend, all make-believe, just for the movie. You know, we've been surrounded by airplanes. We have the one on the left from War of the Worlds. As we leave the crash site set, we're going to enter Falls Lake on the right-hand side. On the right, you'll see another airplane by the backdrop that has been used for a production that was filming here recently. Right side, Falls Lake, another airplane. Now, Falls Lake is a terrific remote location at,
Look, this might be more serious than I thought.
Now
What just happened? This is a secure line. Who are you?
I'll tell you who I am, boy. I'm the reason bad guys use a nightlight. I'm the reason the boogeyman begs his mama to look under his bed. And I'm the reason you just lost control of this whole operation. My name is Special Agent Luke Hobbs of the U.S. Diplomatic Security Service. And as of 16.9 seconds ago, I'm the man in charge.
The hell you are.
Let me clue you in on... We're moving your vehicle to a safe location until we have the situation under control.
let's see what we find inside. Wow, look at the cool cars on the left. I have never seen a tow truck like that before. Also, up ahead on the left, it looks like an assault vehicle. Alright, I admit I have a little anxiety about the situation, but coming into the garage, I feel better. There's something about an engine that